of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Oh,
Juke into space. Touchdown, 49ers. The CD, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. But that deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and start shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now Love. Throw right side, taken in by Eskridge. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot. And they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
From just shy of midfield, Love. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. Another try after the first down sack. Love. He'll find Eskridge here complete. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And the throw there going to incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Tackle made by Rasheem Green. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover. Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Out of the gun, Watson. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll run on 1st down. Mitchell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 70 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield,
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down gets him a yard to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Love. And he slings one that's incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 36. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Watson now to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Over the middle, complete. It's Jordan. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big... He occupies their attention.
He gets away from... And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 40-yard touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
allows Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple of things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
And this one is incomplete.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. Off the play fake, Love. Eluding the pressure right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
The deuce is wild here. 2nd down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the clock.
Here's Love. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Jabril Cox. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now the defense is going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They run for it with Carson, and he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. This is taken at the 15. Love, they go play action now. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Love. It's complete to Lockett. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
I'll give him credit there. Nice job on the drag route. Bring the receiver across the field, hoping he can catch it in stride and turn it up. He was able to do just that, although he's just a little bit short of the first down.
That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And he's got Jordan complete right side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st down, Mitchell. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? To throw is Watson. He's got it.
touchdown! Elijah Mitchell with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Play action this time with Love. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Brevin Jordan, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play that time for the Seahawks. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Love looking to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a throw here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, Watson winds up and lets it go for Samuel. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, 49ers. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game. And
an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 3rd and 2. Love with it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
After the interception, here's Watson. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now Watson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And I caught a quick glimpse of him before the ball was snapped, and there was something about his body language where you could tell early in this play he wasn't just thinking first down. He was thinking end zone, and he got there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a first down throw, Watson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
A final shot before the break. Watson. Caught on the slant. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson. 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Niners would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers.
For Henry Ruggs, he was the fastest runner at the 2020 Combine, ran the 40 in 4.27. That is fast, folks, and that speed in evidence there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Love now. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play fake. Here's Love. Rolling to his right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It got his man complete. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Going back to Love. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards to pick up there. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Love throwing for it. And this is going to be intercepted. Tanner Muse with it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, See if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Brings up third down.
Watson, off play action. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Watson on first down. Incomplete.
Well, listen, when you got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Henry Ruggs.
His third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead will swell by one more.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw now, here's Love. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Now this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good game and a 1st down.
Love's throw into the hands of Lockett.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. On play action. Love to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try again. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to... And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night.
And the Seahawks get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
They'll look to throw. It's complete. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and he'll come up empty on the try for 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Harvin. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
You give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Darrell Taylor in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. From the 24, Love. Touchdown, Seahawks. Dwayne Eskridge with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Harvin. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And in this situation with a lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
Right back to Mitchell on second down.
They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And with a third and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Elijah Mitchell
with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game.
And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 32. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Open man, it's Preston Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and